Oh, good morning, everyone. I am getting ready to. Okay, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay,
Can you
I'm
hear?
sorry. I am walking, but that's weird that it says, well, good morning, Kathy. It's
Hey, good
just
morning.
weird because I thought we could talk before, and I was doing too much, I guess. Um, I'm walking up the street and it's making a. Let me just put my camera on. So maybe that's why I'm just walking up the street and it's a traffic already. You are wrapped up.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for walking.
I don't know how long I'm gonna last. I'll tell you that. If it wasn't windy, it
That's,
wouldn't be so bad. But it's windy.
oh, that's okay. It's, it's nice out, but it's loud over here. So I'm wondering if
I
I
can hear you
need
coming.
to. You can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it just
Yep.
sounds like it's okay. Well, I'm pondering. I think I'm going to cross. I'm in the wilderness. So, how's it been going today? Making any stride on your healthy choices?
Yeah, I have because I was off this whole week. So one of the things that I know you have to eat, but one of the things is when I'm home all day, I don't eat that much.
Okay.
I don't, I'm not snacking and that kind of thing, but I could almost get by just having something for breakfast. And I've been doing a banana and blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries. And then I don't eat, as much. I could say I kind of been working on portion control and not
Yeah.
just eating and snacking all day. I do that when I'm off.
Well, that's good. Let's
Yeah,
see.
I was able to walk almost every day this week. I didn't walk yesterday.
I'm going to turn down here. I'm sorry because I can't hear you. I didn't realize it was so much traffic. So I'm going to go down this street I know and keep walking so I can hear you. But I did hear you say all your berries, which is good. And
Hmm.
so that's one thing um, I was thinking about is, you know, would you be like interested in learning, or you probably already know, but some people don't know the nutrients in certain foods, but those berries is good for a lot of different reasons. And for people that have gout, it's
Hmm.
always good to eat berries. So that's good, making healthy choices and fruit, um, which is low in calories. So
Hmm.
that's good if you're not moving around a lot, not burning a lot of energy, then that would be a good thing to and just in. Lord, I don't even know. Sorry. When it came down the street, I thought it would go straight, but it didn't. So
Were you
that's
walking in your
okay.
neighborhood or you went to a park?
No, well, yeah, it's kind of like my neighborhood, but it's across and it goes I've never, well, I've been on this side, but driving, but walking is a little different. I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
know that it went. Um,
Oh,
uh, well, I'm just gonna see where it takes me. It's like where I told you that park that I like
yeah.
is by the highway.
Yeah.
Uh, but it's kind of like to the side of it. I've never walked it on this side. I walk. There's another park by me. Oh wow, that's too big. There's another park by me, and uh, it has a trail, and they have all, and then more calisthenics, and then it goes from behind, like behind where I live, but kind of like a half a mile down the road. So I never walked that trail by myself. I walked it with another person before, and it literally took us an hour to walk that whole trail. And I was
Mm.
huffing and puffing, and I needed my stick. Well, today I have my stick. So
Okay.
this, this is a different walk, and it's an incline. So I'm
Well,
huffing and puffing, but it's quiet. I haven't been interrupted by another uh by them loud trucks and stuff. But
hmm.
yeah. So what do you think? Uh, Black Friday's coming up. People are now starting to want to make healthy choices. My question would be, um, for memberships, like what are some of the things you think you could benefit from? Like I was thinking about three different types of services. One would be, uh-oh, somebody's coming on. Hold on, Kathy.
All right.
Who would that be? Uh, Nay. Let's invite, is that Bobby? Let's see. We're adding to the screen. It's good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, is
Good
this
morning.
Nene?
Yes.
Good morning. Are you walking and talking with us?
Well, I'm kind of walking and talking. I'm waiting on uh Bishop Bobby right now.
Okay. Okay. Well, welcome. We are
Thank you.
yeah, we're just walking and talking, and I was getting ready to ask Kathy what type of services does she think I can throw into our Black Friday sale. So what I normally do, she was speaking of healthy choices and what she was eating because she's not really moving around as much, which was a good healthy choice. Mostly berries, fruits, bananas, and let's see. And I was just getting ready to ask her what would be beneficial. Oh Lord, if I were to um, implement a package for Black Friday, because I have packages on Patreon.com / Simply Jewel. And I'm thinking about giving people an opportunity to benefit from the services. And so I was thinking about, she mentioned food choices. So I was thinking about that. Uh, if I should throw in a program where people would learn the foods that they're eating and how it would benefit them. Okay, guys, I came down a path that's a dead end. How did that happen? Literally a dead end. But I wish I can turn my camera around so you can see it. Um, it's a path, but I don't know where it. I don't know if it would take me where I needed to go. I see a lady. Now Bobby was
My
able to
camera,
turn.
my camera ain't on.
Nene, were you able to? Good morning. I'm trying to find out where I
I think it's
am. I didn't
froze.
came to a
Yeah,
path.
I think it's froze.
Can you see behind me, Kathy?
Uh-huh.
Look,
Yeah.
I've never been to. Lord, it's a trail, but I don't know. And I think it's
Just turn around
but
and go back and then go another way. You still got steps in.
yeah, it's a trail. I don't know if it'll end up at the park that I normally, well, that I've been walking. Looks like it's far away. But yeah, anywho,
Good
hey,
morning,
constipation.
Bobby. Good morning,
Good
Ned.
morning,
I
Bobby.
didn't speak.
Y'all walking and talking over in the sippy, in the sip. Oh, they're on mute. Yeah, they're trying to get it together. Okay, well, until they come back on. So yeah, I was wondering what kind of um I was gonna do a package to figure out what would benefit the people. I know a lot of people say it costs for them to eat healthy. So I was thinking about doing a segment where I can help them to uh, shop to fit the budget, because a lot of people are saying, oh, it costs too much to eat healthy. Well, I've got some ideas that they could, that can help and they can implement that into their diet if they're really serious about making healthy choices.
Mm-hmm.
And
Or maybe
then I thought,
offer
huh,
foods and recipes. Maybe offer foods and recipes.
yeah, I always do that. Like now, I offer uh, a month of recipes, or if not recipes, then I give them nutritional value. That's already thrown in to the package. So
Okay.
that's one package. And then we have a package where you have loved ones who are sick. And during these unprecedented times, um, people are having to take care of their loved ones, and they don't want their loved ones to go to the nursing home. So that's a
Mm-hmm.
package. I was thinking about uh, helping them to help their loved ones, what they need to do to be safe, and, you know, helpful hints, which now we can do stuff electronically, but there's a lot of family members that have no medical background and they're finding themselves having to take care of their loved ones. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a package. And And then these, like I've been saying, these doctor's appointments, people aren't getting their full benefits, but yet they still have to get to the doctors for 15 minutes. And especially if you have cardiac problems. Um, oh, I see two more people. Hold on, guys. But I was saying, if you have cardiac problems and you are the caregiver for a cardiac patient, nobody wants to get the patient ready for a 15-minute appointment. So I was thinking I can help and assist with that uh, until they're able to get an appointment. Because during these times now, people are not going to get their benefits of going to the doctors. And that's what's really causing stress amongst people who are worried that they're not being treated.
But Jewel, I think too, though, if you go to the doctor and you have your questions ready, I know sometimes people don't know what to ask, but
Right.
if you have your questions ready, you can stay in the office longer than 15 minutes. Because I have done that when I was having that blood issue. Burley and I, because he's very good at asking questions. So we stay
See?
there. So if people, have their questions, and you can let them dismiss you, if you have
Which is true.
questions to ask and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're right. But what about the ones that don't know what to ask? They've been they've gotten to the point where they trust their doctor so much, they believe what the doctor says. But now people are asking questions. But then there's so many that don't know what to ask. And that's why they're stuck. That's why they're not healing. Uh-oh, hold on. We have two more people coming on. Oh, okay. Adding to the screen. Now we have four people. Good morning, everybody. Can you hear us? Your mute buttons are on. Gotta unmute. But yeah, you're right. I think you're right, because they do tell you to have your questions ready. But if you don't know what to ask, that's where I can come in and help, because we have people that that really have no way. They just literally trust their doctor, and now you've got to be proactive in your care. So that's good.
Yeah.
But I was just
Yeah.
wondering.
Another thing, like you said, you're willing to go with people, but another thing, you should definitely encourage people that they can trust to take somebody with them, like you said. Because I remember when my mom was sick and had cancer, every time she went to a doctor's appointment, one of us went, and we had our notebook and we wrote down everything he told her. And, we had questions, so that when the next person went, they knew, because we never let her go by herself. And so, encouraging people to have somebody go with them and take down the information, and be ready for the next time. So that's one of the things I would say. People shouldn't go to the doctor by themselves, if they're old.
Right. And I do suggest that. I always tell people, never go to the doctors by yourself, because listen, the reason why I bring that up a lot, more so now than ever is because uh, I used to say, working in the hospital, I would always tell people never come by yourself. Always have someone with you. If you slip in and out, you need somebody to document. You also need somebody to document what they're giving you because if you're not feeling well, you don't know what they gave you.
Right.
So, yeah, you're right. That is something that I say all the time is to never go by yourself. But it's mostly for people that need the service. Of course, now people are starting to realize that they shouldn't go by themselves. But then there's a lot of people who are oblivious or they don't even have a doctor. I mean, I'm out here every day and they don't have a personal care provider, or they switch jobs, or they lost their insurance, or, they just don't go to the doctors. Those are the people.
Right.
Bobby then must have trouble. Let's try it again. Okay. All right. Good morning, Alicia. Let's get by. All right. Is everybody on?
Good morning,
Alicia.
good morning, good morning,
Good
walkers.
morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning. Bobby, the sun's out there. What's your temperature?
It's called
Let
cold.
me get off this street. I'm back on the
Oh,
main road. I have no idea why that road didn't go where I needed it to go, but I'll find out when I come back. Oh, I know why.
it's not as cold.
They
It's
have the
30 here.
garage sale. Look at there. Can you see that? It's going to be 50 here today. How are you guys this morning? Hey,
Pretty
Bobby.
good.
Hey, Kathy, how you doing, everybody? It's cold in the SIP, and it's going to be 50 degrees here by 12, but we are walking and talking.
I'm trying to figure out why my earbud won't come on. I need my earbud. Hold on. Go ahead. Kathy, he was talking to you.
I was saying it's cold in the SIP, but it's going to be 50. The sun is beautiful and bright, and it is warming me up. But the wind chill is hitting my face. But I'm going to walk and talk.
Yeah, it's 36 here, so I look like I'm all bundled up because the wind is high. We got snow last night. It didn't stick, though. It's supposed to get something today, I think.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that, man. Please don't say that. I might have to come to your state soon. Don't say nothing about no snow.
Can you still hear me, Bobby?
Pardon me? I said I heard you, Kathy, but don't say anything about snow. I might have.
I'm trying to get where I can hear you guys, but my device, my earbud won't work. So I'm having a hard time hearing you guys. But keep talking. I'll be on the side street pretty soon. Alicia, you're on mute. Good
Can you hear me
morning. Good
now?
morning. Yes, I can hear you now.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
I can
We're
barely hear
talking
you.
about healthy choices and about doctor's appointments and what I can put in the packet for, well, I think I'm going to go to this part. What to put in the packet and offer to clients for at least 90 days. Because I think that 90 days is where I can be most effective and beneficial helping people uh, who want to make healthy choices or need help with their loved ones. And I even have a packet for those that want to learn how to sculpt nails and they don't have to worry about going to the uh, nail salons. They can learn how to, for those that have nails, that wear nails, they can learn. So that's kind of like what I was thinking about this morning. And I can't remember what I put in my description box. If anybody can remember what it said so that I can, so we can talk about that while we're walking and talking. Anybody? Bobby, you're on mute. Anybody here?
It's
I
cutting
can
in
hear
and
you,
out, but I heard
Jewel.
you a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna try and go through this other field because I am gonna be in a dead zone. So I think I'm gonna cut across. But I was just saying, I was trying to figure out packages for people um, for the holidays coming up and how I can best serve them. And Kathy was just saying, to let the people know. And I was telling her that that is something I do. Uh, but still, it's for the people that have no clue. It's for the people that, are just now starting to realize they need help. Now, if those already know the questions to ask, that's fine. But there is also some doctors that will talk to you like you have a biology, chemistry, medical background. And those people don't even know they are not even sure how to figure out what the doctor's trying to say instead of simply saying, I don't understand your language. Sometimes people are intimidated by doctors to the point where they forget. Well, like Kathy said, you got to start writing down questions and ask them while you're there.
Mm-hmm.
So, Alicia, I know you're proactive in your son's care. What
Mm-hmm.
are some of the things what do you think?
Honestly, it took me a while to actually understand that I had to kind of have someone advocate for not only myself but for my son, because at first I didn't know the kind of questions to ask, right? I was young thinking that the doctors know pretty much everything and that I didn't have to question them. So even now, I go into these doctor's appointments, having questions. Like I literally write questions down. Um, just because I'm understanding, like, okay, you can't just tell me one thing and we're just going to go off of that. What are the other options that we have? If we don't do this option, what could possibly happen? I think now, even when I go get his blood work done, right? Because he's on a particular diet for his epilepsy. That's something that I don't really understand, so what you plan on doing will be helpful because like you said, they speak to you like you have this type of um I call it like it's medical. It's like Dr. Lang, so I don't completely understand that. So I used to have his grandmother um be involved because she's a nurse practitioner and she could kind of like give it to me in a way that I will understand, you know? So
Okay, that's good.
yeah, so usually like if she's able to come to an appointment, I'll, have her on the phone call, just basically. But when it comes to his labs, that's what confuses me because it's his labs are like it's kind of difficult.
Yeah, so that's good because you have a medical professional in your family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it helps
It
when
does.
people have medical professionals in their family. And that's what I'm talking about. For those that don't have a professional in their family, that's where my services come in. Because
Mm-hmm.
there's many of people out here that have no family
Right.
or nobody that can help them to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense. Anything, what
Jewel,
else?
I'm about to lose my phone. Uh, I have an older phone. Can you all hear me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Alicia,
Wait a minute.
Alicia, you're doubly blessed having that nurse practitioner. But the last time we were on, I was going to the doctor on that Monday, um,
Mm-hmm.
and I was going to come back and let you all know how my vitals were and everything. And I'm happily to report that my diabetes is a 6.9, the lowest it's been since 2004, 17 years. And so these walks and this adjustment in my diet, and I don't have to take the cholesterol medicine now. He did not take me off the diabetes medicine. I'm not happy about that because I was only 2 pounds from my goal. But I'm going to listen to my doctor, but I'm going to get a second opinion
Mm-hmm.
because I don't like metformin. I don't like the side effects and I don't like what it does, to people. And I'm having some of those, after losing almost 30 pounds, I'm having some of those side effects. Um, um, and so I think it'll just be safe that I go and let another doctor look to see if my A1C is a 6.9. Someone said that I might not. I think Jewel, you said I got to be a 6.1, right, Jewel?
Yeah, some doctors, well, the normal range is a 6.1, but now you've got doctors starting to tell you 5.8. So every doctor is different, which is another thing. We keep saying listen to our doctors, but we also have to listen to our bodies. Because I
Okay.
know there are people that are tall, like same thing. 5'11", 160 pounds, stuff like that. You know, everybody can't be at the same. You can be within the same range, but a 6.1 is where uh, is acceptable. Now, why doctors are saying 5.8, everybody can't be that. And I'm thinking people of color. But again, I have to see the ranges of your blood levels to even see, you know, 6.1 to me, I think is great, but it depends on your history. It
Mm-hmm.
depends on all your other blood ranges, which is why I tell people you can fluctuate just like the A1C ranges. Now they're saying 5.5, 5.6, you know, so you have to put everything into the equation for your body. So 6.1 to me is safe. Some people may be 5.9, but a 6.1 is what they're saying is where they want people to be, at least at a 6.1. Now, if your doctor is saying lower, then that's when you start asking questions.
Well, what about the adjustment of these meds? If I'm taking the same doses of meds at the weight I was, and now I'm almost 30 pounds lighter, I think that the med is too rich. Uh, but that's my opinion. I just thank you for the information. I'm sorry, y'all, but I got an old phone. It's an iPhone 8, and I'm just about, I got 1%. I started at 100%. So you'll know I'm going to have to get
Oh,
one of those backup battery things to plug in a charger when I walk. But you all have a wonderful weekend, and God bless you all.
okay. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I had my
Thank
wife
you.
and my daughter with me today.
Oh, good morning, Pat.
Wait a minute.
Nene.
Here, yeah, they were speaking a little while. Drew, before I lose this battery, I want to speak to the group.
Hey, group.
Good
Hey,
morning. Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning. Good morning.
I'm glad you guys are up and at it, walking and talking. That's a good thing. Thank you so much. And we're going to keep going. Like Bobby said, that was a good text, Bobby, and telling us to put our, I got my scarf on too, look, and my
bundle
stick.
up.
Yeah, I
Bundle up.
bundled up. That's
All right.
right. All
Okay.
right. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, talk soon.
All right. Thank you. All right. So we'll see if Kathy got popped off. So we'll see if she uh is gonna come back on. So
Okay.
yeah, thank you for coming on, Alicia. So how are other things going for you? Are you able to uh, g- make healthy choices? Are you feeling okay? Are you doing okay?
Yeah, so with with everything going on, I was able to of course, eating, I still have the same regimen.
Uh-huh.
Even like so every morning I wake up and I like take my herbs, I'll drink a tea or I'll do like a little respiratory steam now because last week was crazy. We had like nice weather and now it's like kind of windy and cold and I'm just like this is how people get sick. You know, when you kind of
Right,
change and then also, with the time change. Um
right,
so I was doing some studying and basically, when time change hits, our body starts to produce more melatonin since it's getting darker early. Um
right.
so just been trying to figure out ways, to keep because I guess a lot of people they start to feel depressed and stuff around this time and that would make a lot of sense. I wouldn't say depressed, but it's just more so like you get sleepy, you don't want to do too much. So basically trying to figure out ways to like boost your energy up. Trying even if you're outside for like 5 minutes, still trying to get that vitamin D or whatever.
Yeah. And that's another thing too. You know, people are now during these times, I think people are now starting to pay attention to
Mm-hmm.
their bodies. But one thing I know is that when times change, it's best to go to bed early. Like the
Yes.
first week, I was going to bed early so that
Mm-hmm.
I could deposit into my uh uh energy, if you will. The circadian rhythm is off, and so
Mm-hmm.
I started going to bed early. One thing I found that studies show that if you sleep um before 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
on some days, that's the best sleep. Because, see, I'm a night owl and I will sometimes work till 2 in the morning. but it's always good to get some extra sleep stored up. And then for these times like the time change, like this morning, I feel great. I
Mm-hmm.
feel rested because I started going to bed earlier and to catch up. And I'm like, I hate it because as soon as 5 o'clock comes, I'm like, done. I get my pajamas on, and I shouldn't do that, but
Mm-hmm.
that's how I feel. The first month, I try to just I shut down. So now I feel a whole lot better. I feel totally rested, and that's something that we can talk about. So,
Yeah.
like, say for example, you know, people have questions after this talk, then we can go in the back end and talk about it in more detail, which is what I was trying to explain to people. I do the lives, so we can get on a good topic. But then in the evening time or whenever they have time, we use the same link and we go to a private platform so we can get more in depth and talk more about the situation. So let me know what you think about that, and we can move forward on that as well. I'm just trying to get people aware, and also let them know that they do have support. There is someone that can help, but yeah, I can only help those that want to help themselves.
Right.
I can't, I'm not trying to get people to believe, that I can assist. No, I'm trying to get people to realize that some of us are out in the community and some of us are willing to support others, willing to support if you have a medical question or how can you do something. That's what I help with. Good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
So,
mean, so my thing is, would you suggest people get like their blood work so they could cut? How often should we get our blood work done?
well, it depends on if you're on medication or not. I would
Oh,
say at least twice a year, you know,
okay.
twice a year is fine. If they find something that's out of whack, then of course they're going to say, I want to see you in 90 days or 60 days, something like that. But yeah, at least twice a year. Some people
Okay.
do it once a year. If they're never sick, once a year is fine. But
Mm-hmm.
personally, with all this stress and so much going on, twice a year I think is better. I mean, I've met some people that are taking um, large amounts of vitamin D. I don't understand. It's like, okay, if you trust your doctor that much, then you need to ask your doctor,
Right.
how many, but you can't. I'm going to tell you, that's another thing. Don't people keep saying, ask your doctor. Listen, you can't even get to your doctor to ask them the question.
You talk to a nurse.
Hello,
You
or
talk
you
to a
may not even.
nurse.
Right. So see, this is what I'm talking about. It's almost like we're in a crisis, and you need people like me to help answer questions. As simple as it may sound, but it's not simple. You can't call your doctor and say, "Hey, doctor, uh, what kind of how many IU's of vitamins should I be on?" Okay. And they're not going to call you back and say, well, let's have you come and get your blood levels checked and see, are you between 90 and 120? They're not
Right.
going to do that. So this is where my service comes in, is so that I can give you normal ranges You know, if you went to the doctor and got your physical, your annual physical, then you would know your blood types. Uh-oh, there was somebody on here, but they didn't stay. So, okay, we'll wait for them to pop back in. I
Okay.
saw a guest, but I couldn't see who was trying to come on. So anyway, yeah, you're not gonna get you're not gonna be able to speak to your doctor. It's not that easy anymore. So those are the things I help with. And like I said, holidays are coming up. People are needing do something different. Do something for yourself. Learn the
Right.
values of your body. Learn the blood levels of your body. That's the kind of stuff people need to be investing in, because right now I'm seeing people that are trying to be uh trying to do everything but understand themselves. You know what
Right.
I mean? So this is no. I keep saying it's not a game. It's not a game. You cannot get to your doctors that fast. And if anybody has a doctor that you can call and talk to, Johnny on the spot, let me know, because that they can't do. Okay, we have another guest. Hold on. Oh, it's Kathy.
Phone went dead.
Okay, did I get you on?
Yeah, I
There
can hear.
she is.
My phone went
Okay.
dead, so I had to come home and plug it in. So I'm still listening.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out it's what, 9 o'clock? And I said eight to what? Eight. I gotta, well, I'll walk this way. Now I came through a path and now I'm going down the street. But I'll probably just walk down the way and back up again. There's so many paths around here, but I don't like taking paths by myself.
Oh no. Don't take the path by yourself. I don't care what time of day it is.
Girl, I'll have to kiot someone. I got my stick, you see.
Yeah.
But no, I understand what you're saying. This day and age, these people in the world. But yeah, but
It's a
back
lot.
to the blood levels. So do you get your blood taken every 2 weeks or every 6 months?
No, I haven't. You know, the last time that I had my blood work done was when I met you.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Which is fine because you're not diagnosed with anything, are you?
No.
Yeah. And your blood work was fine?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the thing. So since everything is fine, that's fine. But also, say for example, if you were stressed or something,
Mm-hmm.
and or your hormones were off, you were ha- not feeling better, then you would get your blood work checked, and it should be like within 6 months to a year from your last blood work. That way you can compare the two and see,
Yeah.
if you were higher or lower. And sometimes doctors will say, oh, you're fine, your blood work is fine, but who are they comparing it to? Not just that it's them within normal range, because everybody's different. And then, of course, they know by the ranges of your blood, if you're African American, if you are native of native descent.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to see where the dog,
But
but
see,
it's
that's
behind.
that's the thing. That's the thing. They follow these guidelines that are for um, Caucasians, and so they kind of set the standard from that. But as you know, black
Yeah,
and brown individuals, I know you were saying before that we have like everything for us is different. Even if, you know, if people have certain diagnoses, right? And they think that they have to stop eating something completely. I don't necessarily agree that they have to like get rid of that, you know, completely. Because I have my mom, she has high blood pressure, you know, and so I was talking to her. I'm like, okay, well, mom, what is it that you do? You know, she still eats how she used to eat, you know. And I said, mom, it's not that you have to completely stop it, but do it in moderation, you know.
Well,
Even
here's
I
the thing.
hmm
Here's the thing about that. Yeah, you do
hmm
need to reduce it. Now, once you get stabilized, then
hmm
you eat in moderation. But then you have to look at all the variables, like, you know, her age,
hmm
family history. There's so many variables to the equation. That's my thing. I hate that, you know, we don't realize that everybody is different. Once you
right.
take that into consideration, that's one thing. But
hmm
when it depends on what the test results say at first.
right.
If it's across the street, if it's borderline,
hmm
that's different. But if it's severe, that's another problem. You see
right.
what I'm saying? So you have to deal with stuff differently. And then that's when I say, you know, it's art and science. You know, it's
hmm
art and
Come on,
science.
baby.
So until you know, like your mom, you said
hmm
high blood pressure. Like if it's anything above 140 over 90,
hmm
okay, then you got to start doing critical thinking.
hmm
Everybody doesn't know how to do critical thinking. So
hmm
that's why I'm saying for those that know how to answer questions, great, or
right.
ask questions. But there are so many more people in this wilderness that have no clue about their body. They're just living, you
Yeah.
see, and
But
that's
then
what.
we
Go ahead.
also trust, sorry to cut you off, but we also cut we always trust the doctors. The doctors, we never get to see our lab work. I mean, you can, but you're not going to understand it. You know, if you
Yeah.
have the app that has my chart, you know, you look at it and you're just like, what is this? All these numbers. Like, that doesn't make any kind of sense to me. You know, so then it's just like when a doctor comes into you, there's like, oh well, your blood levels for this was high, and it's, you know, we don't think to ask questions like, okay, what does that mean, you know, because we
Yeah.
put trust into we're trusting them that, you know, they're giving us all the information. They're like, well, we could just put you on this medication and try and go from that, because high blood pressure does run in my family, diabetes as well. One of my close friends, he just got diagnosed with diabetes.
Yeah. That is true. I
And he's
mean,
older than me.
we grew up in a society where, you know, we started trusting our doctors, and you know, back in the day, people were, you know, even in the Western times, you know,
Mhm.
I was thinking about that. They had a doctor, but
Mhm.
things were different. Now, because of time, you would think that research has gotten better, and we
Yeah.
all are, well, let's just put it out there, treated fairly, but we're not. And
Mm-mm.
so that's why I like to help people. And I'm not saying, my thing is it's time to come together. That's what
Right.
I'm trying to say. It's time to bridge Eastern and Western medicine together. because people have rights. That's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to get people to understand. Give everybody their options. This is what I'm
Mhm.
trying to say. If you give people their options so they
Mhm.
can make a conscious decision on what they really want to do, how they really want to move
Bless you.
forward with their own health,
Mhm.
then I'm all for that. But
Right.
do not make people, I don't want people to feel like they are dependent on the government
Mhm.
for their
Right.
health. Because
And that's the
God,
thing.
yeah, see, because God gave us all something special, and you
Yes.
cannot be doing everything that everybody else does. You know, we all
Exactly.
in here, we came by ourselves, we got to leave by ourselves.
Yes.
Everybody has a gift. And if we are constantly um, told how to take care of our body or to do, that's not good either. So
Right.
I'm not against doctors at all. I work with doctors too. But I
Right.
want them to say, let's give the clients their options and
Right.
they can make a healthy, conscious decision for
Mhm.
themselves. I've been saying this before our unprecedented times. I've been doing, and I've been living like this all my life. I
Mhm.
had a doctor, and you
Mhm.
grow to trust your doctor. But if you're
Right.
being misdiagnosed and you are just a number, that's the problem I have. Don't make me a number. Treat me
Right.
and but now they have too many clients, too many patients.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that I'd like to talk to behind the scenes because I'm not gonna. That's why I say I don't put everything on social platforms. Let's
You can't.
discuss because if I
Mhm.
say something and you didn't hear me correctly, I don't want anybody saying, "Well, she said." No,
Mhm.
let me make it plain. Let me make it clear. But I
Right.
want people to start getting involved in their care. That's all.
Mhm.
You know, I'm not disrespecting or saying, "Oh, don't listen," because they don't support. You know, that could be part of it, but that's not the whole thing. I just want people to be well informed on how to help themselves naturally.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I
But
agree with
yeah,
that.
you always got to know your value. You know, I think I'm going to just head home because I'm getting hungry, y'all. What you eating today? Kathy,
Anna.
she's still there? Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm going to have some oatmeal this morning and
I
some,
love
I don't know.
oatmeal.
Yeah, I wanted some shrimp and grits, but I don't know. I didn't do it. And I'm supposed to go to dinner or lunch. I guess I need to call and see if we're still going to do that. But anywho, yeah, we just have to come together and try to figure out how to make it plain for people. Some people don't
Mhm.
have a problem, but that's one thing I noticed. A lot of people haven't had any medical problems, but now during this unprecedented time,
Mhm.
uh, people are taking the time to get in alignment. People are taking the time to deal with their self. You know,
Have to.
yeah,
We
because
have
people
to.
aren't used to sitting still this long. But you got to be able to deal with yourself and get you. This is a perfect time to get yourself in alignment. You know,
Mhm.
this is a perfect time to what they say, draw near your higher power.
Yeah.
Because,
And
you know,
honestly, that's that's why I kind of had to. I noticed around this time when fall and winter season hit, I have to take a break. Um, like, cause with me, I take care of my son and I'm in school. And I have to
right?
really, I had to think, I was like, Alicia, you have to take a break. So I don't tend to do well when I'm taking like more than 2 classes or even more than one in this semester. You know, I don't know what it is, but it's just something that I can't do. Um,
I
and so
know what it is.
I had to give myself a break.
It's perfectly fine to take a break.
Hmm.
Just don't get stuck.
Yeah,
Like,
because that's why I try and take at least just one class, you know, because I don't want to just not do anything, right? Like I still need to gain that knowledge and stay on my the path that I'm on. But
but well,
I'm
yeah,
like I'm like my mental health plays a big part in everything. You know, if I'm not taking care of myself, I can't take care of my son. So kind of just have to reevaluate, but I've been feeling pretty good. You know, like you said, this is a perfect time.
that's right. This is a perfect time, and it's okay to take a break and get energized. But
Hmm.
don't get it misconstrued where you're in a comfort zone
Right.
and and fear sets in, you
Hmm.
know, because you don't want to push yourself or
Right.
because you don't want, you know, you're afraid to get to that next level, you know.
Hmm.
There's a
Hmm.
lot of people get to a certain point and they plateau, and it's
Yeah.
mind over matter because they don't know what to do. If like everybody wants to be great. Yeah,
Hmm.
you know, everybody's trying to do their best to be great.
Right.
Everybody's got some people are doing new businesses
Hmm.
and all kinds of stuff. There's artists coming out.
Hmm.
There's a lot of gifted people in
Yeah.
this world, and everybody's doing something different. But you don't want to, uh, it's not about competition. It's all about just be your best self. So that's what
Hmm.
I'm talking about. You know, I just think, there's so many different ways to come together and communicate with people so that you
Hmm.
can be your best self. I say that
Right.
all the time, but it's because we what's the word I want to use? We tend to get comfortable, but yet we
Complacent
don't
or like in a,
challenge ourselves.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so now it's time, in these times, I mean, look around. It's beautiful. Look at
Hmm.
today. What do you think? Like, it's 55 here and it's November. That's what you call global warming,
Yeah.
you know, and people don't even look at it that way or on
But
that
it
level,
is. I'm
but it
like, are we
is.
gonna? I feel like we're gonna have a late winter.
Well, yeah, because here, usually out here, uh,
It's
I
cold.
remember when I
It's
first moved here, it was October. Every 3 weeks, I would commute back and forth to Illinois,
hmm.
and I left here. It was the worst snowstorm, and then I was gone for a week, and I came back, and the snow had melted. So that was October the 15th, and here it is, November 13th. No snow. It's going to be in the 70s this week. Well, next week. And then next Thursday, I think it said, um, we'll finally have a 50-degree weather. But that's not, there's no snow in the mountain. Well, they did say it's
Right.
going to snow in the mountain, but for, it's not going to be enough for skiing. So yeah,
Right.
but then we can correlate it to so many different things, not knowing the seasons and all this
Mm-hmm.
stuff that's happening. But don't you think, like, I wish I can show you guys the sky. It's that's the stuff I pay attention to. Just looking, the sky is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can turn around so you can see the sky over here. It's crazy. Look at that sky. Isn't that
Yeah,
crazy?
it is. But see, I don't know. It's a lot.
Huh?
I know that. I said I know that. I'm like, it is. It's almost like I don't know. It's so much.
It's a
I don't
lot.
even know how to I don't even know how to explain it.
Well, it's a beautiful thing.
It
This is the
is.
time to get in alignment. I mean, okay, how can I explain it? For me, this is how I see it. I know everybody's different, but this is, like I said, we all came here by ourselves. We've got to leave by ourselves. And you hear people say, it just depends on who you're talking to, believers or non believers. Believers are saying God is not pleased, okay? But yet
Mm-hmm.
we doing everything but getting in alignment, because we all have to understand we came here by ourselves. We got to leave by ourselves. This is a perfect time to get in alignment. This is a perfect time for the energy to come together. And when,
Right.
I used to say, um, everything is everything. And by that, I meant like all the energy in the world. But you can feel a shift change. And I said that in 2019, the energy I was feeling, I felt
Mm-hmm.
that. And I was for real about that. Some people say you're weird, this, that, and the other, but everybody feels something different. And if they're in tune, if they pay attention to the energy around them, you know.
Mm-hmm. But some
So yeah,
people, when you mention manifest or align, being aligned, or something, they think you're like replacing that with God. A lot of people do feel like that.
yeah. So
And
see,
that's
that's
just
the
what
thing.
media, I think that's what media kind of does, because then they think like, oh, you're trying to be like what
Well,
is it?
here's the
They
thing.
think you're being a witch or something when you say those type of things. And I tell people that, I said no, because just like when people say manifest, that is like a form of like prayer, but it's like like for me, I visualize it, I see it in my head. You keep repeating that same thing, it's almost repeating the same prayer every single day, right?
No, not right. No, I don't do rights because I don't feel that way. That's what you interpret. But see, my thing is so listen, we're in a time where people need to stop, just turn the TV off. If we get too much
Mm-hmm.
information and we can't deal with ourselves, that's not helping.
It's true.
You see?
Yeah.
So you've got to turn stuff off. If you're getting all this energy in your
Mm-hmm.
spirit and you can't heal yourself, not good.
A lot of people can't do that.
Everybody's watching all these social platforms. They're
Mm-hmm.
getting on TikTok. They're trying to, they're doing all this stuff, but deal
Mm-hmm.
with their own issues.
They can't
See?
though.
So
A lot of people are
you
scared.
can't please everybody. You
You
can
can't.
only please yourself. But we're so stuck into trying to be popular or keep up with what's trending. This
Mm-hmm.
is the time to deal with yourself. And I
Yeah.
mean that. with all sincerity, yeah, you gotta live. And yeah, you have to be human, you know.
Mhm.
But you know, you can only take in so much. And that's the
Yeah.
stuff that I like to stay. When I say stay positive, when I stuff
Mhm.
like that, it's because I'm trying to help people to understand they have to deal with self. You
Yeah.
cannot be your best self and deal with this world if you are not mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually healthy. That's all
Mhm.
I'm trying to say.
That is
But
so
all
true.
that other stuff, to each his own. If they like it, I love it. But at a certain time in life, people
Mhm.
that have an ear to hear, people that can connect with you will. And those that can't and don't understand what you're saying, they won't. And I'm not saying that never, but I'm
Mhm.
saying not right now. And that's,
Right.
that's okay with me. But at this point in time, when we are dealing with serious issues, I'd like to
Mhm.
spend time on helping people to exhaust their options and learn or figure out what is it they can do to be their best selves. Because I'm telling you guys, it's a lot of homelessness out here. People don't know which
Is.
way to go. And we're just going on with life as if there's no
It's
problem.
it's heartbreaking for me to see women and kids on the street. I'm seeing that a lot too.
You're seeing what a lot?
I'm seeing a lot of women when they have their kids, they have babies, they have toddlers holding signs on the streets with them as well.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
heartbreaking to me,
Yeah.
you know?
You see all kinds. I'm seeing a lot. And it saddens me that people aren't taking it seriously. Some,
Because that
not
could
all.
be anybody. That could be anybody, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the
So,
reason why I don't know why, but my spirit just says, you have the wherewithal and the knowledge to help people to get in alignment, be their
mm-hmm,
best selves, have healthy blood flow, work on
mm-hmm.
themselves so that they could get through this. Because this is a hard time. And you got to be able to be healthy in order to get through this crisis. But not only that, this isn't the first time the world has been in a crisis. People got through it, but then there's
Right.
also layers to this thing. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but right now, this crisis, I think it behooves everybody to get in alignment naturally. Not just, everybody, they're like, oh, I'm not going to die healthy and this, that, and the third.
What?
What does that mean exactly?
Right.
Stuff
And
like that.
why are you speaking like that? Like,
Right,
it's
right.
certain people,
So,
they be like, well, you gotta die sometime. And I'm like, well, yeah, we all know that. But let's
well,
just
the thing
kind of
is,
be mindful what you put out
yeah,
into the universe.
yeah, but the thing is, people say they don't want to be a burden to anybody. Well,
Mm-hmm.
making healthy choices will keep you a little, in perfect peace. Where maybe had you have not made healthier choices, I only have one son. I don't have a lot of kids. If something were to happen to me and I can't take care of myself, I have two
Mm-hmm.
men. They're not medical. So I have to make sure I make healthy choices, stuff like that, you know.
Right.
But it just depends. I think, like I say, if we can, like these are discussions we can have, like I say, behind the scenes. But I like to just, and to go deeper and be able to go
Right.
deeper. and then I'll and put out the what the kids say, the real skinny, you know.
Yeah.
But that's it, and medically helping people. But yeah, I get
Hmm.
there's some people out here that already know what they need to do, and the questions that they can ask. Uh,
Hmm.
but there's a lot of people that have no clue, and I'm thinking about doing another, like not a conference, but just thinking about doing a Q&A, with different foundations and places, so that they can get the answer that they need, because a lot of
Hmm.
them are still waiting for doctor's care. They're still waiting for the doctor to get in touch with them. And that's what
Right.
hurts. That's what hurts.
Hmm.
So I just try to do my best to help out in any way I can.
Yeah.
Whew, my hands, I done made it back to the house. But yeah, um, so what else do you have?
For
Anything
me,
else? Can you guys? Kathy, what she do?
um,
Fall asleep?
No, I'm listening.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I was just saying that's why. I think I'll put my camera on so we can all match. Yeah. So I was just saying that's one of the things that I like to do, and the reason for my service is that, like you say, I get that there's people out there
hmm,
that already have the questions and know how to get across to their doctors, and that's perfectly fine. But there's so many that don't have any support
hmm,
and can answer questions for them, or just the simple fact that, like I was telling Alicia, you know um people can't just get in touch with their doctor, maybe in
mm-mm.
certain areas, but I know out here you can't just call your doctor and ask them a question. And that's what I noticed on a couple of these shows like Good Morning America. They have these professionals on, and they say, "Oh, just get in touch with your doctor and ask your doctor." No, ma'am, it ain't that. You cannot get in touch with your doctor. It's not that simple. So that kind of stuff, you know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Excuse me. That
Hello, hello.
you're right.
Yeah. So that's the thing. When you can't get in touch with your doctor now, it used to be, I'm from a small town. It used to be you can go walk into your doctor's office
Hmm.
and let them now you cannot. You
You gotta
cannot.
talk to the nurse, and the nurse first. You need to get on your my chart, and you need to send a message, and then the nurse will get back to you. You will never. You won't. Well, lucky for me, I am able to get in contact with my son's doctor. Like I have his
Oh,
personal phone number because I mean that's just the kind of doctor that he is. He's very
that's good.
helpful. But with
That's
if
good.
now if it was my doctor, no, I would have to contact a nurse, and I feel like that's kind of like besides the point, because that's really who knows pretty much everything about your body. The nurse, I mean, they do, but they only call, like yeah, we could just look and see into your dope, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just wish it was kind of better, but I think what you're planning to do is great. Like that is amazing. It's well needed.
Okay, well then that's good, because like I say, it's always I'm always willing to help people.
Hmm.
Good morning. I'm always willing to help people um with trying to figure out a solution to their problem. And I guess
Mhm.
that's part of it is just being in the hospital and seeing how people are treated or not, you know,
Mhm.
is important to me because every nurse, depending on where you come from, you don't have bedside manner. And so, you know, clients, when you don't feel well, clients feel that. They
Mhm.
feel that energy. Patients know when you're not genuine. And so I guess
Mhm.
that's why I kind of dedicated myself um to help people make healthy
Mhm.
choices. That was my thing.
Yeah.
And to help them to do the right thing.
Mhm.
I Yeah. And to help them to, like I say, when they get discharged from the hospital and say they don't have anybody, at least I'm able to help them. Because when you get the discharge papers, you
Mhm.
know, you people don't want to be in the hospital anyway. So what
Right.
they do is they'll agree to anything just so they can get out the hospital and get home. And then what happens? 2 weeks later, they're back in the hospital because
Yeah.
there was nobody that can help them. And then they didn't even understand how to take their medicine properly if they're on
Mhm.
medication. Once you
Right.
get discharged and okay, doctor, yeah, yeah, yeah. The nurse does the discharge papers and then you sign off on it. That does not mean that you know how to help yourself once you get home. And
Right.
that's what I help with.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a little method to my madness. But yeah, when you discharge people and they agree to everything, and then the nurse, she may have five, six, depends on the acuity. So she's gonna do the discharge and hurry up and tell you what you need to do, and this is what the doctor said, and then you sign off on it, and you hit rock bottom. That's the
Right.
part that after that, that's where I come
Mhm.
in because I can get you to your home, get you to your bed. I can get in the refrigerator and look and see what it is you have to eat if you don't have a loved one. If you have a loved one, I can help the loved one help you to get in
Right.
order what you need to do to
Mhm.
be safe and to heal and until you become what's the object of a nurse when you're in the hospital. We start discharging you the moment you get what? Admitted. So once you
Mhm.
get admitted into the hospital, we immediately plan with the team to get you home so you can be self sufficient. That's what nurses do. But after that, who helps? And so now that's why I said I'm going to help people to get back to their normalcy, how to
Mhm.
help them. It's something as simple as a rug being on the floor. Well, I can tell them, you need to move that rug. That's a safety problem because
Right.
somebody may be with a wheelchair or a walker. And what
Mhm.
happened? They'll trip and fall, maybe bust their head wide open. Those are
Right.
the things I help with. But people that are in the moment, they may not even realize something as simple as that, which as a nurse, you notice these things. You do critical
Mhm.
thinking. So that's the kind
Right.
of stuff I'm talking about.
Yeah, that makes a lot
Well,
of sense.
guys, it's a lot, right? Now you done gave me your word, Alicia. Right? I hate that. I do not want to start saying that because no, it's not right all the time. No, but No
Well,
disrespect.
no, it's
I
just to when people say that, it's more so for it's not a right. It's kind of like a how can I put it? Because even for me, when I say
In
that,
agreement.
it's just like other people would agree. That's just from the other party. That's not me
yeah,
agreeing with them wholeheartedly, but that's just how other people's opinion. That's their
right.
opinion on the situation, you know? So it's not that I
Gotcha.
agree, but that's how people think. You know, if everyone thinks that whatever it is, what I say goes. And it's not that's not the case with everything. You know, like you said, we're
Oh
all
yeah, yeah,
different.
yeah. I get that. It's just that when I listen to people speak now, that's what they
Mm-hmm.
say. Right, right. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh Lord, I do not want to start that.
And it's
You
just
know,
and it's like, no, that's not like what you're saying. Like for you, that may be right, but for me, no.
exactly. So that's the kind of stuff. Not it's not that, I was saying, oh no, I don't agree. It's like that's the trending word now. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
goes right, right. And we used to say something different. I can't even remember now. But it's kind of like the word that people use. That's not. I'm trying to think of a word. We used to say, all right now, or something like that. And then everybody
Yeah.
started saying the word. So, no. But anything on our way out, Kathy, do you have anything you want to like, comment, or share?
No, I basically was just listening, just hearing what you guys were saying.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. I was thinking about going to Patreon, and I want to start up, like I'm going to I keep saying I'm going to do this stuff, but I really am now that I've gotten rested. I want to put the presentation on Patreon. A lot of these different things I want to add on Patreon. So when people go on to patreon.com/simply jewel, they can see all the information. Like for people that want to learn about essential oils, I'm going to start dumping all that stuff on there so they can see, because it's a paid platform, they can see, is it really worth it? Like people that want to learn about essential oils, uh, the difference between lemon oil, orange oil, frankincense and myrrh, lavender
Mm-hmm.
oil. That's the different stuff I'm going to put on Patreon. But I'm thinking about doing a package where you get all this stuff that would probably be like, probably, a uh maybe for the essential oils I was doing it like for $5 a month, but now I'm going to add it into the packet where those people want to learn how to make healthy choices. They want, like you said, Kathy, maybe I can throw in essential oils, throw in a plan, a diet plan. Good morning. um Maybe throw in what, say for example, you mentioned bananas. Okay. A lot of people think bananas are high in potassium. It's not. So I can educate them on other foods that are high in potassium. A lot of people think that, when you have, say you have gout, we talk about berries, all the different berries, and even people that, back in the day, um, they used to give people a shot of Mogan David a day. Now we come to find that the grape, well, it's been a while, but some people know, some people don't. The grape in the wine is what helps with the heart. That's why the seniors would take a shot of Mogan David, because of the chemical in the grape. And then so people don't even to learn the vitamins and the nutrients that are in different fruits and vegetables. That's something we can add into the equation. So that's why I was asking, people what would they like to talk about that I can add into the packet. And then I always say 90 days. If you can't fly solo, becoming a habit, 21 times becomes a habit.
Right.
So after 90 days, you can fly solo. And even if you get stuck or plateau, you can always come in, like I always say, maybe, you know, if you need me to tweak something, I can tweak it. And you just donate, and you can always join in, but making healthy choices is not a quick fix. And that's what people have to understand. I've been doing this all my life, but I'm constantly learning. And then when I got into the science part of it, that's when I learned a different side of it, and it made more sense. And that's why I say science is art, it's art and science because it's forever changing. So that's the reason why I'm doing what I do, and I like it, I love it, and I can incorporate the cosmetology and the nursing because it all deals with the body, mind, body, and soul. So that's kind of like the gist of it, but I just wanted to get the people involved to tell me what it is they need. Make it make sense. I'm trying to help people make it make sense, but I also want them to get involved because, you know, people say, oh, I know my body. Okay, well, if you know your body, then XYZ, or what do you need help with? And then
Well,
let's,
I have one thing that I have thought about, and this is a struggle for me, is belly fat. Like,
okay.
what do you really do? I know folks say you just gotta lose weight, and but that's the hardest area to lose weight. So
It
that's
Yeah,
is.
that's
you
one
don't
thing
have
that
to just lose weight. It's muscle. It's muscle and it's sugar. So maybe that's where your sugar is stored in your
hmm
stomach. If you ever notice, everybody's fat is in different places.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, mine
So
is in the
how,
belly.
huh?
I said, well, mine is in the belly.
Yep. And mine, that's where mine is, but it's sugar. And you got to know what foods to eat. Now, that's something I can help with. I
Yeah.
can, there's certain foods you eat at certain times of the day. Some people are eating, it's just something as simple as, like I say, eat your foods that are higher in fat in the noontime, and then at night you do something different. But then some people cut themselves off and don't eat after 6 at night. No, you got to keep eating every 2 to 4 hours. But then you got to figure out what foods to eat. So that's another thing I can do. Okay, Kathy, you just made me think. So I can create a journal. So that with that membership, you write everything down. I'm thinking about that would be something you can do mentally, emotionally, psychologically. So you write stuff down in one section of what you eat. And then after say 2 weeks, then I'll be able to look and see what it is that you're eating and how we can tweak it so you can shrink that stomach fat. And then remember, I say green tea at night.
hmm
See, because I know one time we were talking, you had tea, but I bet it was sweet.
Oh, I drink all kinds. I do drink
So the
tea,
sugar
stout.
from
I mean, like
the tea. See, people don't realize it's the
sweet
sugar
tea.
from what we eat. It's not the added sugar, it's the content that's in the food, maybe we can tweak that. So I can help with that.
Mhm.
That's a good thing because I already know. And then exercises, like, you know, you don't have to lose weight. You can exercise and tone up your stomach. Is it the lower part of the stomach or the whole stomach?
Uh, I say the whole, I say the whole stomach.
Uh oh, I missed you.
Or the lower, and then the love handles, which is not the stomach.
Did I miss her?
No, I said like your love handles, that area.
Yeah. So see, that's something we can help with, you know. So just showing you how to reduce certain foods at certain times, we can do that.
So, okay.
And
And my other question is, you said you had to
yeah, and I can come up with the regime. So right now, the thing I would say would be to keep a journal of what you're eating, and then let's talk about that. So you take this link when we get off, and then say whatever day you have time, you use the same link, but text me and say, can we talk about this? And that way it'll be private. It won't be live. It'll just be us talking about what we can do and give you the steps or the tools, and then we can, you know, create a regime just for you. And that's how we do that. So yeah, it can be done. And you've always been a small frame person. So how's your calcium intake? Because I remember you have to get people that are small frame, like Alicia, you're small frame as
Mhm.
well. Are you
Mhm.
guys getting your calcium and bone marrow checked? Your bone density checked?
No, but I know I probably need to since you mentioned it.
Yeah, because you're
Yeah, I think I have to get a bone density like the next time I go.
yeah, see, that's when we need our doctors because we need to do preventative things naturally, but you also have to keep up with small frame people.
Mhm.
Definitely get bone density checked. That's important. So those are the things we can talk about, you know, like say for example, I always say I work by appointment. So you say, okay, in 2 weeks from today, I'll make an appointment. Well, then you use this link, and then we talk about certain things and where what adjustments you made, and how to uh, m- rearrange it. So within
Mhm.
90 days, you should be able to see a difference. See, that's the thing. People want to know, what am I going to get out of this membership? You're going to get results, you
Yeah.
see, because I can help with that, and not just, you don't have to wait what they say. Well, the doctor will normally say, well, check back with me within 90 days, or I want to see you in 2 weeks, or I want to see you in 3 months. Well, in between that time, what do you do? And
Right.
that's where I come in. So I can help with those things between the time you saw your doctor to the next time you see your doctor and you want results. That's what my memberships help with. So that's what I can help people with and guarantee. So let's say that I can guarantee you'll see results. And if you don't see results, then what? Well, throw in an extra 30 days. But see, if people aren't coachable, don't tell me they're going to be coachable. And then I'll say a week, 2 weeks into a membership. Well, what are your results? What do you do? Oh, I didn't do anything. Well, then see, because I do a lot of work and a lot of research to help people.
Mhm.
to make a difference. So that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like what I'm talking about. But like Kathy and Alicia, you
Mm-hmm.
both have been consistent supporting the walk and talk. So these are the things that I help people because they see you guys on a regular and you're getting in support. And then not only am I supporting you, you're supporting me. Because if people didn't say, "Are you walking?" Like a lady asked me yesterday, she didn't even show up. So people just want to know, "Are you still walking?" Yes, I'm still walking. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe later they'll figure out, well, let's walk with Jewel. She's still walking. Yeah, I'm still walking. And then they see Kathy and they see Alicia. Alicia's kind of like what we gonna say, Alicia? Alicia's our support. She'll come on and help us keep the conversation going. And,
Yeah.
because we understand her situation, but they see her on here, they see Kathy, they see people. We've had, people that had stuff go on in their life, but for whoever is able to come on, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Support.
Basically,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. So yeah, the stomach stuff, we can do that, but like we can go in depth, Kathy. Like so save this link and then when you have time, excuse me, then we can go into it deeper, you know, even as to what exercises and stuff like that. But another thing, like I say, to be able to help with it, see, I have to see that's when you send your blood work so that I can see what's going on, even though the doctor says, oh, everything is in normal range. Well, but for a person with, say, a conglomerate of things. I can say we already talked about the spiritual aspect of it. Um, the fact that you're working or you're with students, maybe you're stressed from school or stressed from COVID or whatever, in addition to your blood work and then the food that you eat. So I take all of that and create a regime and I'll say, okay, this is what I see. And then you'll say, okay, well, I'll be going to the doctors and getting my physical. Well, then you take that blood work and the last one that you have, and then you look at the two to see. But that's where I come in because it becomes artistic for me, if that makes
mhm.
any sense. That's kind of like the pleasure I get out of it is that I can see the artistic part of making healthy choices. So yeah, that's that kind of thing. But anywho, okay, people, we have been on for a while and I appreciate you guys. I've made it home, walking and talking out and watching people come and go. And let's see what next Saturday brings. I don't know. I, I think we have one more week for Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
So maybe we won't walk that Saturday after Thanksgiving because people will be with their family. Or I don't know. Maybe I will. I if I do, I'll text everybody. But like I say, just like any other Saturday, those that can, great, and those that cannot, um, that's okay too, because everybody's on a different level
Mhm.
and a different stage in their life. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for having me. I always
Yeah,
enjoy these conversations.
Yeah, that's good. And then if you want to talk about something in particular, we can do that. And then, like I say, afterwards, if you want to talk in more detail, then just text me and tell me the day of the, like this link is called Happy Saturday link. You see? So then you would say, I was on the Happy Saturday link, and I'd like to talk more in detail about healthy choices or stomach fat or whatever. But I'm just a phone call away. I'll figure it out.
Yes.
But I think when we go and we can see each other,
Hmm.
from the behind the scenes and then the list, like, you know, then I can say, well, what have you been eating all last week? And you can just rattle off some stuff, but yet we're live on the back end, and then I'll be able to say, well, let's try XYZ, because I gotta find out what you like to eat if you're on medication. That's why oh, Kathy, have you done that? Have you gone? No, you haven't. I haven't. I don't know if I have your email. I
Who?
know you had to change your email, but
What?
if you go to simplyjewel.com in that upper right hand corner, if you fill out that intake form, that'll let me get a head start so I'll know how to help.
Okay.
Uh-oh, I lost her again.
No, I'm still here.
Kathy?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I
No.
was just saying, if you go to that simplyjewel.com, in that upper right hand corner, it's an intake form. If you fill that out, then I'll know how to help and can help you get started, but also can go through the back end so that we can talk, you know, face to face about it. That's how we can talk personally, one on one.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was going to say, so for everybody that's listening,
Hmm.
they can also email me so that when I'm going to do a mass mailing where I'll give people first dibs on becoming getting a membership, and if they want to or not, it's no pressure, and because I can only do like 50 at a time, I can't do that many people. We can do Q and A's for, as I think, up to 500 people, but um, as far as helping people on a one-on-one level, I can only do so many at a time because it is time consuming. So if people are on my uh, on the email list for the quarterly newsletter, that's at the bottom portion of the website. If you're on the email list, those are the people that I get first dibs for the memberships or for the one-on-one help. And then for those that just may not want a membership but have questions, you can donate, and then I have to make an appointment. But the thing about it is doing the work and helping people to see results. That's what I'll be working on, and the people that have their emails submitted to me will get first dibs. And that's how I think I'm gonna move forward in this thing, because yeah, people want help, and some say they do, some don't. But 90 days,
Yeah.
I bet you can see results within 90 days. So and then it just depends, because like I said, everybody's different. We can talk about it one on the back end, but putting it on the platforms, I have to talk to people independently instead of on the platforms, because they'll be like, girl, well, you said. No, I'm talking to a client or talking to a person, a supporter. So
Mhm.
that's all. That's all. Well, I appreciate you guys. We'll talk about it soon. And you already know how to get in touch with me. So you can all
Yeah.
anybody can call me. I don't have a problem. Call me, text me, and we can talk about it.
Okay.
All righty. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Have a good day, everybody. I'm gonna get
Have a
off of
good
here.
day, ladies.
Yeah, we'll talk soon. And give my little buddy a hug. Tell him I said hello.
I will.
All right. Thanks, Kathy, for tuning in. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye bye.